Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report from Medpace Holdings, and let me tell you, it's not just another boring document filled with numbers. Think of it like this, it's a bit like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat. Except instead of a rabbit out of a hat, except instead of a rabbit out of a hat, except instead of a rabbit out of a hat, except instead of a rabbit, it's about figuring out where all the money really goes. Before we begin decoding, if you enjoy getting clear and simple breakdowns of complicated corporate reports, please subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description below for deeper discussions and insights. So what are we looking at? This is an 8K filing, which is like a corporate breaking news report. Companies file these when something important happens that investors need to know about right away. This one's dated May 16, 2025. One of the key things mentioned is an update to the company's incentive plan. This is basically a plan for rewarding employees with things like stock options. The important thing to note is that it's not increasing the number of shares available. It's more like pushing back the expiration date of the plan to February 25. This means employees have more time to potentially earn these awards. Think of it as extending the deadline for a really important project. Now, let's jump into the real meat of this filing, the results of their annual meeting. Stockholders, those are the people who own shares in the company, got to vote on a bunch of important stuff. First up, the election of directors. These are the people who sit on the company's board and help make big decisions. August Trondle and Danny Zander were elected as directors. The votes for were significantly higher than the votes withheld, meaning shareholders largely approved of these choices. Next, they voted on whether to approve Deloitte & Touche as their accounting firm. This is super important because these are the folks who check the company's financial records to make sure everything is legit. The appointment was ratified, meaning it was approved with a large majority voting in favor. This is important because without proper oversight, people may be more inclined to do the company wrong. Then there was a vote on the compensation of the company's top executives. This is an advisory vote, meaning it's not binding, but it sends a message to the board about what shareholders think of how much the big bosses are getting paid. The shareholders agreed with the compensation, which may indicate they have faith in the leadership. And as we touched on earlier, the shareholders also voted to approve the updated incentive plan for employees. Again, it's all about keeping employees motivated, even if it can be tricky to know how well these plans really work. Finally, there was a vote on a shareholder proposal regarding simple majority voting. This proposal was about making it easier for shareholders to make decisions by requiring only a simple majority vote. This proposal was approved. This one is interesting because it makes it easier for shareholders to have their voices heard. Now, what does this all mean for Medpace? The company seems to have strong shareholder support for its board members, accounting firm, and compensation plans. The approval of the shareholder proposal on simple majority voting might give shareholders more power in future decisions. The company's direction seems stable, with no major red flags raised in this filing. However, it's always important to keep an eye on these types of reports and see how the company's actions translate into financial performance over time. Are those incentives for workers actually paying off? That's the million-dollar question. Alright, that's our breakdown of Medpace's latest filing. What's your take on these votes and what they might signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out our Discord community, linked in the description below, to continue the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.